Hello, everyone. It's your girl, Shakia Love, and we are live in New York City for a special 6-month anniversary episode of Play to Win. Yes, clap it up, y'all. Clap it up. Yes. I am so excited to be here with my friends, people that I consider like family. I love you all so much. Last week, we talked about maintaining our connections within our relationships, specifically like our romantic relationships. And I thought this month, for like our special 6-month anniversary, we could talk about how we can maintain our friendships. And a lot of times I feel like our friendships are kind of the last thing on our minds when we become adults and we start working and we have marriages and relationships and kids, but our friendships matter, and the people who have been there for us through thick and thin, like, it's just as hard to maintain those relationships and friendships as it is to maintain a marriage or, like an actual romantic relationship. So I'm here today on the panel with some of my dear friends from church, from the block, from school, and we about to play to win, y'all. Like, I'm so excited. So I'm gonna introduce my guest today. We have Desiree Owens, who is, yes, this is my wonderful friend. We grew up around the corner from each other. She is an electrician. She is a comedian, not in the making. She is a comedian right now, and we love her. Then we have my beautiful friend Olivia. Y'all know Olivia, yes. She's not new to Play to Win. She was here for our first couple episodes on our panel. This is my dear friend. She is an activist. She is the owner of a nonprofit, Olivia Crosby Corp. They help people in our community. She does her jump-a-thon. She gives out book bags to the kids, like mental health awareness. We love it. Then we have my really great friend, Brandon Woods, who is here. Yes. And Brandon know I got so much love for him. We met in Miss Egan's global class, freshman year of high school at Bishop Ford. And this is my really great friend, my brother in Christ. I love him so much. And he is a higher education professional. Okay, thank you very much. We got so much love for the panel today. So, guys, y'all know I'm a little messy, right? So I feel like I just admire the way that y'all love, the way that y'all love me, the way that y'all love the other people in your life, and we're gonna get into that. And how do you love your friends through life changes, through grief, through growth, through everything? So I have already said y'all names, but I usually like to let everyone go around and also introduce themselves, just say like a little bit more about yourself. Nothing too crazy, you can share whatever you want, but in the midst of introducing yourself, we always ask a question. So the question is, I wanna know between you and your best friend, who is the superhero and who is the villain and why? So like, what is your superhero villain combo? So like, are you Batman and the Joker? Are you, y'all know I don't watch enough stuff. Are you Thanos and the Avengers? Like, who are you, which one, and why do you say? So we'll start with Des. So you can tell people a little about yourself and then answer that question.
Well, I'm an electrician, as Shakia mentioned. I don't know. I'm a smoker. I like to be outside. I travel a lot. That's my main thing. I live life. I live with no regrets. That's my first thing. I lost my mom in 2020. After I lost my mom and a few others after that, I decided to change completely. Like, I'm living for me always. So one thing I can say is just live for happiness, your own happiness first. And my best friend, I don't know. I could say we're the Joker and Harley. I can go with that because we're both crazy as
But
fuck.
they're both villains.
We're both crazy as fuck, both villains. But we're gonna make you smile and have a good time. So
Okay.
I'm gonna go with that.
Hello, everyone. I'm Olivia, better known as Livy Live. I'm a social worker. I do have a nonprofit, Olivia Crosby Corporation, and our mission is to advocate for social justice, teach mental health awareness and financial literacy in low economic areas. I'm Dora the Explorer. I'm on the plane all the time. I'm just so thankful for to be here because Shakir has been there for me through thick and thin, and it's amazing. And I really can't say that me and my best friend are villains. I wouldn't even say that. Like,
So y'all both superheroes. So what
we're
superheroes?
both superheroes. I would definitely say if I had to say the four, it's like four of us. I would definitely say we would put on some incredible suits and suit it up. Definitely, I would say that. Yeah.
I can see it. Okay, well, y'all already know who I am. I'm Shakia Love. Me and my best friend, I have two different ones. I feel like, I'm definitely the superhero. Even though I could have bad ways, I feel like my friends are way worse than me. So, and I'm gonna stick to that story. So I would say that, definitely. Yeah, I'm gonna let Brandon do it because I don't know. Go ahead, Brandon. Do your thing.
Okay, so my name is Brandon. Like Shakia said, I'm a higher education professional, also a mentor, community leader. I do media, do a bunch of stuff. I'm an amateur chemist. Anyway, yeah, we can talk about it later. The question is the combo of the superhero villain. I struggle with this. I don't really have a good answer for the villain superhero combo, but I have a superhero, okay, anyway. Y'all watched the Super Friends back in the day? I feel like me and my group of friends were like the Wonder Twins, but it's more than just us two. And I feel like the reason why is because we're like really good compliments to each other. So if you know like the Wonder Twins, they like be like form of a bucket and some water, right? And so they were a good pair. So I think as a group, we're pretty good compliments to each other.
Okay, and I know the group, so I concur. Yeah. I agree, and I do have an idea. So not superhero, but me and my best friend is like bad boys, Martin Lawrence and Will Smith.
Okay.
It gives that vibe.
I like that.
Okay, so y'all know we about to jump into an ad real quick, and I'm really excited because Kicking It Productions LLC has a new website. Yes. Okay, video over there. Is where we're directing our attention.
Shout outs to the website.
Yes, so guys, I started Kicking It Productions LLC in 2020 because I had a story to tell and I was tired of waiting for someone to give me an opportunity. So I decided to make my own publishing house and my own production company so I can publish my own book and I can produce my own videos. And now that I've been doing it for a few years and I finished my first novel and I'm trying to get it picked up for traditional publishing, I want to bring this service to everyone that I know to help y'all. Like I have a lot of friends that speak about wanting to publish books. I have a lot of people that want to get their voice heard and they don't know how, and I want to help you. So I'm actually giving away a free consultation to someone in this room. We're going to probably do that a little later. But I just want to help you guys. Like the consultation will be free, and then if you decide you want to work with me after, completely up to you, but either way, the website should be in the goodie bags that you're going to get. And you can go in there, share with your friends if they want to publish books, if they want to make videos, if they want to do a podcast, like come do it the Kicking It way because we value all of our clients and we always put y'all first. Okay?
Period.
Cool. Yes. So, let me get to my next page here. So we jumping right in. We jumping right into the broad issue. So y'all know how we usually like to do it. I ask questions. I want to give my guest the floor to be able to speak because I'm learning from y'all. We're learning from each other. So the first question that I want to ask is, what is the biggest impact adulthood has had on your friendships? Meaning, how has being an adult with a job, bills, family, etc., changed how you do friendships, how you interact with your friends, what you have time for, what you don't have time for, what you make time for? So we'll start with Brandon.
Thank God.
I was definitely thinking so. Okay. I think it's a combination of commitment, right? Like, so, okay, adulthood has changed the friendships by way of like proximity and distance, right? Like, I think most of the people that I call my day ones, they were day ones because of where we were relative to each other. We went to high school together, college, et cetera. We spent like countless hours with each other. And so now we have to like do it on purpose, right? It doesn't just happen. I don't just see you in the hallway or walking down the street. We got to schedule something, right? Like we maintain a calendar, and my friends. No, seriously, we have a whole calendar extension in Google.
So you Google what?
Yeah, like so that when things are happening, that we can be aware. Like we literally have to make each other aware of our travels via this calendar and that type of stuff. Like there's a lot of intentionality around it, and so I think that's you start to manage friendships in a different way rather than it just happening, right? And I think that's something that happens with life. You start to manage a lot of stuff, so friendships are not any different.
Manage. Okay, I have a follow-up question, but we're going to let Olivia go.
I feel that adulthood has allowed me to see that I had too much friends. Like, I literally had too much friends, but that's because my mom, you would think that we were in the army. We picked up every 6 months and moved somewhere. So I feel like in today's, like as today, like I feel that the people who were in my close circle, they're just falling off. And I just think that I'm growing as an individual. And I think also I used to be the person who pours into people and just pours into people and nobody's pouring into me. And I feel like I'm finally realizing, no, you've been pouring into this friendship for 10 plus 20 years. It's time to nip it because I'm not growing as an individual. So that's how I see it. Like, I feel like the older you get, the tighter your circle go. And I could be transparent. One of my best friends just got married. And, like, it was just, like, a blessing to be there through thick, through thin with her. But just to see how other friends she had expectations for didn't show up to the plate. And I think that plays a role. And as you get older, you notice that some people have a purpose in your life and some people don't.
Amen. Growth comes with clarity. It doesn't have to be a bad thing. It's just you get older and you start to clarify, okay, I see what this really is. Okay, that's...
For me, it's more time. I'm very introverted. I like to spend time by myself. So when it comes to my friends, it really has to be some people who are important to me. I don't just give my time to everybody. Time is very important to me because that's something that you're never going to get back. So when it comes to adulting and friends, I make sure I give them the time that they need. But I make sure that it works for me also because going off of what Olivia said, I'm all about energy also. So if you don't have good energy, I can't keep pouring my energy into you and making sure that you're okay. You're not making sure that I'm okay. So it's a balance with friendship also.
So I'm about to play devil's advocate. Because y'all my friends in this room, y'all know that I suck at keeping in contact. I am an out of sight, out of mind kind of person. It doesn't mean that I love anyone any less. It doesn't mean that I'm not thinking about you, that I'm not praying for you. But when you said the thing about manage and intentionality, that is real. That is the difference. As you get older, things don't just happen. You got to be intentional about it. But now, how do we decipher between who's not being intentional and who's just going through life so hard that they just aren't thinking about it? Like, they're not reaching out, but they love you. Like, you know, if you call them, you ask them to be there for you, to do something, they're gonna be there, even though you haven't spoken to them in maybe like 8 months. You know what I'm saying? Like, not that it makes it okay, but like, how do you make those distinctions? Because it's true, some people just got to get cut off. Like, you're just not a good friend. But then sometimes I think we take things a little too personally. Like, when people can't reach out or when people don't do whatever, you'll automatically assume it's because they're not a real friend, when really it's like they're just not thinking. Like, I'm a nomad. I move all over the place, and I'm intentional in the place that I'm in at that time. You know, so what do y'all think about that? Who wants to go first?
I don't know. I think the people that's kind of sensitive about it has to look inward too, because you have to look at what you're doing to bless this friendship, like what the other person is doing. If you're not putting in, how can somebody else put into you? So
I concur with that. I definitely say that because it takes two. It takes two. Like, if you're meeting me 30% of the time and I'm meeting you 70% of the time, I'm going to get burnt out as a friend overall. Like,
And
that's
it's also understanding too.
Yeah.
Because if I know how busy you are, I'm gonna understand you gotta get what you gotta get. But if you call me, I'm gonna be there for you. So it's a give and take like that too. So it's an understanding in your real friendship.
So the thought that came to mind for me were like terms and conditions. Like I don't know that so in adult friendships, I think most of the time we have had some kind of discussion about who we were going to be for each other. And so we set standards. There are terms and conditions around the relationship. And so I think like even with us, we decided that we was going to be friends and we were going to remain friends a long time ago. And so regardless of the fact that, you might disappear for a year or whatever, or I might disappear for a year, but I know that because of the terms and conditions, whenever we pick up the phone that, we got a duty to each other, so to speak. And so I don't know, I do take like friendship to be like a large obligation. And I decided that a very long time ago. But also I find myself cutting people off too.
Because it shouldn't be an obligation.
That's
No,
how
it's-
you grow.
it-
That's how you grow.
Yeah, I got commitment issues in a weird way. Like I commit sometimes maybe too hard.
Yeah. That's therapy.
But yeah, but I've also like broken up with friends before, right? Like sometimes you gotta pull back. So like
You gotta fully cut the tie. Like I don't block people on social media, but I will mute them.
oh yes,
So I don't see nothing that
Unfollow
they
on Facebook.
Yeah,
that they
I do that too.
they
I
doing,
follow you.
and they don't really see me. Like
I don't
you
do the
know?
blocking. I
don't do the blocking because you're gonna see this glow up. But I think this leads into a really great segue for the next question. How do you handle friends or friendships that have changed? So yes, we're all supposed to grow, but what about when you and your long-term friends start to have fundamental character differences? Like, how do you do that? Like, when it comes to beliefs, like, I grew up a Christian. I still consider myself one. The blood of Jesus Christ will forever be the thing that I feel saves me. I have a lot of friends, like Carl knows, we have a good friend that practices voodoo, and she moved to Haiti, and she changed her whole entire belief system. And yes, she is still my friend, but we had to get there, because a lot of our friendship is built on the identity of things that defined us when we first met, which both of us were Christians when we first met. But she's been there for me through so many things that I had to then, as an adult, try to just navigate. Is the friendship, can it sustain a difference in belief system? Can it make it to the other side of this? And it could be anything. Like, I'm a single woman with no kids. A lot of my friends are married. They have children. That changes things. That changes how we can hang out. I got a lot of friends that don't smoke anymore. They don't drink anymore. That also changes how we can hang out. So how do you handle that? Friendships that change. Olivia.
Wow, this is deep. I feel that for me, being the person I am, it's easier for me to operate. But I think the other person on the other end, like for me, for existence, like I don't want to, like I was just telling Gabby, like I want to go on a plane to Paris next week. Like I don't care to be in a club. I don't care to be in brunch. I would rather get on a plane and go to Paris. So for me, I feel like a lot of my friends are at this point where, I have obligations, I have this. I understand that as a friend, but I'm not going to force you to be my friend. You don't want to be my friend. That's how I feel. Like if you feel like I'm changing because I'm in a relationship, or I'm changing because I'm growing, because I'm not pouring into you no more than, hey, you deuces. That's where I'm at right now. Like it's for me, because I feel that lately, like I think for the last 8 months, this whole friendship thing, like every 3 months, I'm like reevaluating it to see like, hey, what was I doing 10 years ago or 20 years ago? And now that I'm this age, and now I'm starting to see stuff, but it's because I have more time. I'm sitting down more. I'm actually in New York City right now. So like for me, it's like a growth thing, but I also, how do you manage it? You have to set your boundaries. You have to set your boundaries and have conversations. I think adulthood conversations are so important in your friendship right now. Have those sticky conversations, because when you get 20 years from now and somebody's still having that vendetta of how you acted 20 years ago, that's gonna mess it up all in the end. So definitely setting your boundaries and talking about those sticky situations. If your friend did something to you that bothered you, pull them to the side. Go have dinner. Go have lunch and talk about it.
She said, "You ain't the host."
It's the cheers that I think that is. You see what they did to his friend?
like
They gave us the
I'm
bullshit
sorry,
cheers, and they
I'm
the
sorry.
host and co-host. I see. But is it my turn?
It's your turn, boo.
Can we get a repeat of the question? I was really into this.
How do you handle friendships that change?
All right. For me, I'm a cutoff person. I'm sorry. I don't say it like fuck your feelings or can we curse? Is it all right? I don't know. Is it all right? All right. I don't say it as in forget your feelings or anything. But if we don't mesh or we're causing too much tension for each other, like, it's okay to let it go. You can move on and grow. Like, I believe in the snake very much. You shed your skin and you grow and you keep moving forward. Like, there are people out there that's for you and there's people out there for me. Like, so if we continue, and we can keep light conversation, light friendship. We don't have to be at that level of friendship that we was, because maybe you're not meant for me in my next level of growth.
They
my
say
next
it's like a
age.
tree. You got some people that's the root, some people that's the
the
branches,
branch.
some people that's
And
the
the leaves come and go. So
That's it.
that's how I see friendship. Like, if we're connected, we're gonna meet each other halfway on it. If not, then I love you and I'll see you later.
Amen. Yes. So we're gonna have to move on. But Brandon, do you have anything you want to add?
Yeah, terms and conditions. Again, you just change the terms,
Terms and
and conditions. That's it. Like, I don't have to elaborate, but you change it. Yeah, you just change it a little bit. We don't smoke no more, okay? So we don't do that together.
We're flexible.
Like, that's okay.
We've always been
you
that
know,
way.
I see you at the bar though, or whatever. You know. So
We're flexible.
I like terms
We've
and
always
conditions.
been that kind of way, though. I feel like me and Brandon could be friends with anybody. Like, for real.
for the most part,
For the most part, yeah.
except for a few.
Except for a few. Okay, so y'all know that I love Play to Win because we have segments, fun segments that our team has taken time to curate for our lovely followers. And one of those segments is the word of mouth segment. Yes. So usually, my dad, Sean Arson, honorary panelist, his birthday was yesterday. The big
Happy birthday! It's for you,
Right
Dad.
My parents are senior citizens, guys. So he's celebrating with my mom, so he's not here. But Des is going to take over his segment, and she's going to do him right. So this is when I read stories from our followers, and then you just give them some advice. There's no right or wrong answer. If we have time, everybody else can add
y'all
their
gonna
little
love
2
this.
cents. And please send us in your stories to kickingitwithkia@gmail.com. We want to know about your crazy love stories, your good love stories, your friendship stories. So that's kickingitwithkia@gmail.com. Okay, so I'm going to read the story. Hi, fam. My name's Sophia, and I have this problem, I think. I met this guy when we were back in college, and he was everything to me. Just such a gentleman. He would always be there for me and take me to different places. But a few years after graduation, he started to change. He begged me to move in with him, even though I had a job opportunity in another state. I stayed down and moved in so we could work on our family. But it's been like 3 years, still no ring, and he literally flinches at the mention of kids. Oh, girl, he played you. He always goes out and comes back very late and stayed using his job as an excuse. He says that he needs to work more because I don't, but I literally gave up my career to be here with him. One day when I went to his workplace to give him lunch, I saw him flirting with his coworker. Oh, this juicy, sis. My heart hurt so much. It felt like all these years had gone to waste. I'm so sad. I wiped my tears and brought in the food for him. All he could do was ask, "Why do you come here?" He told me to go home and never even pulled up to the house that night. In my mind, I was thinking, after all these years, how could he do this to me? But did I do it to myself? How do you follow your intuition when love is leading you to do the irrational thing? I want to start over, but I don't know if I can. Do you have any advice?
You can definitely start over. That's the first advice. The second advice, well, the train has already moved, but you should never give up your own opportunities for the next person. If you have a great opportunity, love will come. Like, y'all can meet up in the middle, and if not, then, love will go away and you can meet somebody else. But, oh man, that is such a sad situation that she's in. Also, you brought lunch to somewhere where he worked at and he curved you. Girl, it's over. You should dub him just like he dubbed you, and he ain't come home that night. He was probably with the girl. Who knows? I don't know. Maybe. But I think that's a sad situation, and I think you should really start over and, move on happily, strong.
So here's the other side to that, though, because I feel like her situation is really sad, but I can't agree that you should not give up an opportunity for the person that you love, because the truth is there's times when it happens and it works out. Like, I don't know if anybody knows who Tabitha, what's her name? Is her name Brown? Tabitha Brown and her husband Chance, like, they've been married for a long time, and for a long time, he did a 9-to-5 job that he didn't want to do so that she could pursue her career. And then once she made it as an actress, she retired her man so he could pursue his passions and his career.
You hear the story, kid? Did you hear her story?
Yeah,
that was
but
after
that's
college.
what I'm saying. It's
and he
sad.
was like 3 years. It was no hope for them at all.
No hope, but
He grew. He moved on.
He
moved on.
wanted her to stay in because he wanted her to probably cook or something. It was something that she was doing
Bad
inside
motives.
the house. She was a good housewife before she was even the wife. Like, and it was right out of college. You are. I don't
know yourself.
I feel like in your 20s you have no idea who you are.
But Tabitha and Chance got together.
Yeah, they were
right
together and they stayed together for a while. She did what she had to do, and it was 50-50 or 40.
You hear it?
Whatever,
She
how
did.
it worked.
She did.
They worked together.
That's the difference. I feel like women can go and give up everything, but when it comes to the male figure, it's like they're too scared. Like, he's
I don't believe that.
flinching.
I
He's
don't believe that.
flinching.
Hold on.
I think it's a
Hold
certain
on.
man. I don't believe that.
Oh, okay.
I'm not with that. But you have a man right here.
I don't know. I kind of agree. I mean, I think there's one thing to be irrational, and then there's another thing to be insane. And so this sounds like insanity. Respect to the follower. I mean, but I don't know. I would have been out a long time ago.
I think she needed support. I think she needs somebody to sit her down and tell her, like,
It's okay to start over.
It's okay to start over.
And I'm going to help you start over, because a lot of people could say a lot of things, but I tell my friends that's in messed up situations, I got a lot of friends that got married straight out of college that's getting divorced now, and I make sure to tell them before we get off the phone, I ain't got much, but you never got to feel like you need to stay in a messed up situation because you ain't got the resources to get out. I will send you my last $500. I'll do it. I'll get you the ticket, whatever I got to do, because that's another thing that stops people from leaving. People say a lot of stuff, but when it comes time to really support people and be there for them, who's really there? Yeah. Some people don't even got family, so be that friend. Like, no, you might not be able to talk to them all the time, but if you see your friend going through something, they in an unsafe situation, just be there the best that you can. Sometimes it's just letting them know, I got your back.
True. I think Sophia needs support. Yeah. Sophia, go pick up some lunch with your friend.
She might not have a good support system either.
Yeah. Sophia, holla at us. LIVILIVE on Instagram, okay? Sophia, I got you.
Yes, I love this. Okay, so we got to move into our next ad. Yes, so right now, I had mentioned my friend earlier. Her name is Lenise, and she's a really good friend of mine. She lives in Haiti, and she went on vacation for the first time with her family to the Dominican Republic with her husband and her newborn child. I think he's maybe like 6 months old. And the president of DR closed their borders while she was on vacation, and she hasn't been able to get back home. So I just wanted to use my platform, even though it's not the hugest in the world, like, I still feel like there are people that watch this, y'all love me, and because of that, y'all love the people that I love. And I really love Lenise, and I want to make sure she's safe, and I want her to be able to get back home to her family and her village and her people. So anything, I put her Cash App. It's Lenise Cologne, it's her Cash App. If anybody feels inclined to donate, just let me know, grab me, I'll give you the information. You can send the money directly to her. And yes, Thank you. Let's help Lanice get home. Let's clap it up. Okay. Thank you. So, I love this. I just want to let y'all know that I have the best engineer of all time. Like, she
I hear
keeps
that.
me on point. That is Being, a memoir by Shakia Artson. Thank you very much. That is my first debut publication. It's a compilation of short stories and poems
amazing.
about my life growing up in Brooklyn. Okay. So, now we're going to move on to the Hotline Bling.
when the hotline
Y'all know I love Hotline Bling.
You know I love
Hotline Bling. And Olivia, my girl,
You know
because
that-
she's back.
Yes.
She's back in action. This is her segment,
Yes.
Hotline Bling.
I'm
So y'all
excited.
know, word of mouth, y'all send us stories. But for Hotline Bling, y'all send us questions. It's literally like Hotline Bling. Y'all call us up like, Cleo, call him now. Okay, so, yes.
I wasn't ready for that.
Yeah, I wasn't either. So, because y'all are here and we have a live audience, I do have questions here that was sent in, but I want to use this time. Do y'all have any questions for us? Ask questions and then we'll answer.
Yes.
Does anyone have a question? You know you do. Who want to take the mic? Who has a question?
Anybody have a question?
Just put everybody on the spot.
He wasn't ready.
Come
He
on.
wasn't ready at all.
In it,
He like
in
to
it,
put people
all
on the spot.
You want me to talk?
It is. So since this is about friendships, I'm curious to hear your thoughts on how long you should have a friend before you can consider them a best friend, in your opinions. How long do you have to know someone, engaged in friendship with them before you can be like, that is legitimately like a best friend of mine?
Can I do one?
Yeah.
All right, so I'm gonna get your mic back real quick. Oh, we gonna pass it around. All right, so awkwardly, right? My best friend Oscar, he made me his best friend in like a month, and I was like, this dude is weird. Like, I don't know why he made me his best friend, right? So time goes on, and we spend time together. I want to say like 4 months in, like I felt like we were getting to that friendship mode, but I still didn't consider him my best friend. We've been best friends for like 2-3 years now, and he saw that within me in a month. So I guess it's what you see in the next person. So that's my opinion on it.
Can I go? There's no amount of time because my best friend told me so. All right, listen. So I feel like a long time ago, we probably, I don't know, 15, 16 or something like that. Please confirm. This was for you. Yes, you know I'm talking to you. We decided that we was gonna be best friends. I think at that point there were no more best friends, like no new friends, because we take titles seriously and like that's just what it is. People have called me their best friend. I might have a couple
Not the real best friend.
besties, but like her name in my phone has best friend in it.
Tonisha
and
Husbands?
So yes, I wasn't gonna say her whole. Okay. But yeah, so I think like literally for me, there's no amount of time. Like that's the day ones. If you are like in the new space though, family, I guess. But I don't do titles because
You too old for titles. That's what I was gonna say. I feel like that question in and of itself is still for like, cause I got all my best friends when I was young, when I was in high school. As an adult, I meet people and I don't use the word best friend when I describe them. They become like family. That's when I know that we've reached a certain milestone, and I'm a very open person. I share everything, so you can't say that we close by how much I share with you. I wrote a book telling my business, so it's not, that we close by I invite you into my home. I cook a meal from my stove after I done worked all day. Chef Marley with the wrist. Okay? So that's how we've reached that family/best friend status. So yeah.
concur.
Anything to add?
Do I got an answer?
No, okay.
I agree with Brandon. I feel that like my best friends are from like elementary school, and then I got some best friends when I got to college. So I feel like even in college, they became my best friends because in the midst of time I was cheerleading and I was the executive of a club and I needed 3 people to be on the executive board, and 2 of them signed up, no questions asked, and they was there at every meeting. And from there we built a trio, and that's how we became best friends. So I think it's also the time. I mean, it doesn't matter about the time. It's just that what the person is pouring into you and what you're pouring into the other person.
Amazing.
You have a question?
Yes, ma'am. So this goes along the lines of what Shakia was talking about with being intentional when it comes to friendships. My question is along the lines of how do you find that balance if you're in a relationship with someone, you know, still being intentional about showing that person the right amount of attention, but also your friends, and then, you know, meshing the two. You know, how do you go about that?
So I feel like I want people that's in relationships to answer this, even people in the audience. Like if you in a relationship, you've been married, like.
I can go first.
Yeah.
I would say that this is my second relationship, and I say that at first it was hard because my significant other don't have as much friends as me, but what I've been doing lately for like the last 2 years, if being that a lot of my friends are engaged, I try to link the spouse with my boyfriend, or like try to have like triple dates, quadruple dates, just so he don't feel out of place. But also what I learned, I think I talked about this on the second episode, that I had to learn that balance, because like I am, like when it comes to my friends, and people know that, like I'm that friend, that's my friend, and like I'm gonna be there no matter what. So I had to learn that you can't always drop everything for your friends because you're in a relationship. And it was hard, but I think right now in my relationship, I have gotten so much better as far as balancing the friendship and the relationship.
I think a few things. Oh man. So balance is definitely one of them, right? Like balance is you have to figure out what's going to be the split, the differential. But I feel like you have to do things that are like significant for your significant other, so to speak. Like I remember I used to get in trouble for this in like high school and college, where it was I would be the same for everybody, so to speak, and then it'd be like the person that's a significant other. Like, how do I know I'm special? Right? And then I'm like, what do you mean? Like, you're here. We talking about this. I ain't talking about this with nobody else. But also, I think it took a certain amount of maturity for me to understand that you have to do a little bit of something, set that boundary, figure out what the balance is going to be. But also, yeah, you got to like empower them to feel secure, so to speak. Yeah.
I like that advice.
Okay, yes, that's really good advice, because dang, why are we so similar? Like, I feel like I do this. Like, I'm just such an energetic, loving person. Like, I tell everyone I love them, and I genuinely mean it. So then it's like you get in a relationship with somebody, and he like, you don't really love me. You tell everybody you love them. How am I supposed to know you really love me? And it's like, because I do. I really love you. Like, this is a different kind of love. Like, I'm not here playing in everybody's face. I ain't here cooking everybody dinner. Like, you know, it's, so yes, I love this. I love this. Thank you guys so much. Clap it up for y'all. Okay? Clap it up for y'all. Okay, so that was Hotline Bling. Y'all know we got to move into our central issue. So this is when we still ask some questions, but we try to centralize them a little bit and make them a little bit more personal. But as always, it's still up to you to decide what you do and don't feel comfortable sharing. So this is a safe space, guys. Safe space. So I want to get into, I think all of us here has experienced some type of loss, whether it's, you know, a parental figure, a grandparent, anybody, a friend. You know, we're at that age now where even some of us have had friends that are around our age that are no longer here with us. And when we're talking about friendships, whether it's an actual death or maybe a loss of a career, relationship, decline in health, how do you want to be loved through those things? And how should we be loving each other through life's tragedies? So, you know, first, what works for you? How do you want somebody to love you when you're grieving? And then, what should we be doing for each other? Like, what do you do for other people? What do you do for your friends to love them? Okay, so Des, you wanna go first?
For me, when I lost my mom, it was just about a lot of patience. Like, some days are gonna be horrible, some days are gonna be just crying all day, like, and some days are gonna be happy, and some days you're gonna be really mean to everybody you're around. So the people I'm around, that love me the most, I just need patience from them because you just never know what somebody's going through. The mental is so fragile at sometimes. So you got and listening. You have to take time to have patience and really listen to what the person needs. So that's my two right there.
Yes. Who wants to go next?
You looking at me? Okay. So you said you was gonna cry. I feel like this might be the question that makes me cry. No, stop it, please. I lost my mom in 2021, and I didn't know what I needed, right? And it was like sudden, what have you. But I think the fact that my friends just like showed up. That I don't know, was it July 15th? I think I looked at most of them just about every day for the next 2 weeks. Right? And I didn't ask for it per se. I think Kev, I did ask for his couch a couple times. I was like, bro, I'm gonna sleep here if you don't mind. I don't feel like going back to Connecticut. But beyond that, I didn't really ask for a lot. And I think, so just being present and being in tune, right? Like pouring the drink when I need the drink, but I ain't asked for it, or like having the split rolled after the funeral when we on the way to the gravesite or whatever. Like that wasn't our experience, but those types of things, like just like being present, is what has worked for me. Because I ebb and flow. I don't know what I need. Sometimes I need silence. Sometimes I need laughter. I might want to dance. I might want to cry. You know. So, yeah, appreciate y'all.
Yeah.
The friend crew. We appreciate you.
You want to
Yeah.
go or you want me to go? Definitely. Call me and let's pray. Let's pray. I need my friends praying for me. Amen. The last death that hit me, well, my little brother just passed on, I want to say September 14th. And of course, I'm in a wedding, so I'm not trying to grieve. I'm not trying to what's the name. But one of my friends came to the door at the hotel, and she just was like, give me a hug. Give me a hug. Like, I need a hug. I need you to call me. I need you to pray for me. I just need you to conversate with me because, see, the way I grieve, like, I like to just be with God by myself. Like, I don't need everybody there, but I need to know that my friends are there and they know that I'm okay. But call me. Let's pray together. Like, just call me. Shout outs to Shakiki, because Shakiki will dead call me. It'd be like 1 o'clock in the morning, and she'd be like, look, I haven't heard from you. I don't know what's going on, but definitely call me, send me a nice little inspiration text, and I'm good. And come over and give me a hug. I like hugs. I'm a hugger, so yeah.
I'm the random friend like that where it's like I really genuinely do like I'll randomly think about the people I love and be like, I gotta text them now before I forget. And it'll be so random.
3 o'clock in the morning.
3 o'clock in the morning.
Because she on the other side, the West Coast.
I'm like, no, I don't want nothing. I just wanted to tell you I love you. Mm-hmm. I was thinking about you, and I genuinely mean it. You know, and for me, that's the thing right there. I want to just add to this. I need friends to pray for me, but I need them to do it when they don't hear from me too. Mm-hmm. It's like I'm the kind of person that I've experienced a lot of loss in my life, and the way that I get over loss is I just move on to the next thing, and it makes me very focused. And while I'm being focused, I'm moving, and I'm not really reaching out. And a lot of people, that's a big complaint with people that know me. They like, I wouldn't even know how to be there for you because I know nothing of what you're going through. And I don't do it on purpose, but because that is my reality, that's something that I'm grateful that I have. Like, my mentor is here, Gabby.
Shout outs to our mentor. Like, we talking about 15 years. Yes.
We love her. Like, I have a few people like Gabby in my life where it's like, I know that these like God-fearing people are literally praying for me even when they don't see me, even when they don't hear from me. Like, they're praying for my faith. They're praying for me to thrive, for me to survive, for me to be better than I was yesterday. And I'm telling y'all, I'm receiving those prayers because there's so many times when I was about to give up, where I didn't know how even this was going to happen, the podcast, this, like, people that know my history, they know what I've struggled with. It takes a lot just for me to take my money and invest it in this and versus investing it in other things that are, like, probably not that great for me. But I'm doing it because of the prayers from people that are praying for me when they don't even speak to me, when they don't even know what's going on. I need it. And I just want to tell y'all, keep doing it. Thank you.
Can you like edit an organ in the background at the end or something?
Come on, sis is the real singer. Sis, hit me with an A flat.
Those of the church are open.
Hello, hit me with an A flat, sis. Okay. Yes. Okay. Really. I just want to take a moment right now to thank my friends. There are a few friends that I have that couldn't be here today, and I thank y'all too. I want to let y'all know from the bottom of my heart that no matter where I go, I could move to Timbuktu. I could be in the mountains, in the caves with a little rap and a stick, and I'ma still remember y'all. Whether I know y'all from St. John the Baptist, Bishop Ford, Catherine McCauley, Gordon College, New Canaan Baptist Church, and New York Missionary Baptist Association.
Glory.
It don't matter where I know y'all from. I love y'all.
Yeah,
And
we love
y'all
you more.
have been here for me in times when I've been trying not to cry this whole time.
Clear your throat. That's the church.
Like, in times when I didn't even know how to be here for myself, times when I wanted to give up, when I didn't even want to be alive, and y'all are the reason why I'm still here. God is the reason why I'm still here, but God gave me y'all.
Yes.
And I see God through y'all every single day.
He's
And I
good.
want y'all to continue to let that light shine and never let the troubles and the traumas of life dim your light, because you don't know who is surviving off of the light that is emitting from your soul.
Amen.
And you gotta
Amen.
keep going, okay? And I love y'all. Do we know what the challenge is?
You so
Okay,
Baptist.
please.
You so
Okay,
Baptist.
so right now, our challenge, gift giving. I want you guys to write a letter to your friend, a letter that needs to go in an envelope with a stamp, okay? And I want you, if you got to call your friend and ask them what their address is, that's a great way to, now you done started that connection. But this is the challenge for this week, this month. I want you to take a pen, take a paper, write it with your hand. Write something that you think they need to hear, something that's on your spirit for them. Put it in an envelope, put a stamp on it, and mail it to them, okay?
God right there.
That's our challenge. So we thank y'all for playing to win. Do y'all have any final words y'all want to add before we outro?
I just want to talk about how amazing you are, and
Killer,
it's like just to know we was sunbeams. I ain't gonna say our age, but we was in the same church, and just to see the growth and to be in your corner, I am so honored. And I literally just to think back to California when we was out in the mud, and just to see both of us just doing what we love, and passionately and genuinely, and seeing how much those prayers when we were praying in that apartment in Studio City, how they're just evolving each year. I am so honored to call you my friend Shakia Love, and you are awesome, and keep going. Don't dim your light either, and I love you.
Give it up for the host and the co-host, y'all. We're here also.
Y'all want to add anything?
Nah, I'm good.
About the
Thank you.
outro?
Oh yeah, I can't follow that. No.
So I love y'all. Y'all have came, y'all have played, we have won, okay?
Yes.
We have Desiree Owens, Olivia Crosby,
Hello.
Brandon Woods. These are my friends. We have an audience full of friends as well.
Shout outs to them.
I love y'all, okay? So we got our goodie bags. We got some rum punch. We got some food. We about to turn up. We thank y'all for playing to win with us. And until next time, be
Until next
lights.
time, 6 months.
Yes, 6-month anniversary.
Hey.